In an era where it is so hard to score goals, last year there were just 3 40-goal scorers. You can see already this season, 6 40-goal scorers. Among them, Eric Staal of the Minnesota Wild. We know how important the 40-goal plateau is for a scorer in the NHL. For Eric Staal in 08-09, he was a 40-goal scorer. This year, a 40-goal scorer again, impressing both of you. How has he done it?
Well, first of all, he's done it through his thought process and through the fact that he seems to be enjoying the game much more than he did in Carolina. And that's not a slant against Carolina. It's the fact that in Minnesota, he's even said he's closer to home. He's maybe 6 hours away from home. He's got a rink in his backyard. He's out skating with the kids all the time. It's hockey, hockey, hockey all the time. It's a different mentality in Minnesota. Now you take that fun from there to the ice, to the rink, and all of a sudden you feel like you're 20 years younger. For him, he's playing like he's about 10 years younger. He's always had great skill and great speed, but now he's bringing it to the ice, and you can see the excitement in his game. Now, for 40 goals, to spread out 40 goals, though, with that difference of time frame is absolutely amazing, and good for Eric Staal to get his 40th.
And watching Eric Staal a couple of years ago, it's amazing to me, because I didn't see him being able to recommit. He's re-energized to become that player he was, that dominant player he was in Carolina. Didn't go real well for the Rangers. Played very well in Minnesota the last year, and taking it to a whole another level this year. I give the Wild a lot of credit for seeing something in Eric Staal and saying, you know, you're going to be a top-flight centerman again. You're going to be a go-to guy here for our Wild, and boy, has he answered the bell. I mean, he has just been remarkable this season. And he looks like the Eric Staal of 2007, 2008, 2009, where the guy is dangerous every shift. And that reach is so important, Reid. I think that reach of Eric Staal's and his anticipation this year, where the puck's going, he's having a lot of fun right now.
He is. Give Bruce Boudreau a lot of credit for giving him the #1 center job and said, you're going to be our go-to guy. And when you have that responsibility, well, if you're the go-to guy, you better make sure you're scoring. That reach is incredible right here. This is a goal. He reaches out and taps it in behind. He's also so good at protecting and positioning himself in front of the net. These are easy ones, but you're not on the ice at the end of the game for an empty netter without having responsibilities, as we see his 40th right there. And we'll kind of look at his 40th. Let's go back and look at that 40th again. The way that he uses his reach on the 40th is really good. It's a little give and go inside the blue line. He dishes it to the middle, and he goes around to the outside. He receives the pass back, and he knows that he's got to take it wide to the backhand. He's 6'4". I've got his stick right here. He's got such a long reach. Amazingly enough, it's a nice little small little spoon. It's not a huge toe hook. It's a small little spoon curve, which allows you to control it on the backhand and allows you to get the puck up quickly in tight. And on that 40th goal, he just takes the puck, he catches it, and because the curve allows him to control in the back end, he delays such a long time, and he's able just to tuck it in and around with that reach that you talked about. He's also got an incredible wrist shot. I mean, he's using his wrist shot at the opportune times. He can score from distance, and he's big enough to get in tight that he can score on the tap-ins, as we saw. But for me, Eric Staal just has that jump in his game that he just, it's like he's a kid again. And to me, it's the transition of you're the #1 center, you're back in a huge hockey market, and you are in a playoff race.
And watching him get in behind defensemen, that's the anticipation I'm talking about. He's not a speed demon anymore. He still has a nice stride, that long stride and reach, but both those goals, a few of the highlights we just saw, whether it's standing in front of the net, getting inside position on the defenseman, that's an art. Because a lot of players say, well, he's inside, it's the defenseman's fault. But Eric Staal, with that big frame, knows where to position himself. And then even when he snuck in behind the defense and the give and go you were talking about, Dave, that long reach has to be tough for a goaltender. And you know more about the goal-scoring aspect of forwards, but when he's going out here and get still a lot on that shot where his arms are way out there, the body's here, but he doesn't need much leverage.
Yeah. This is the true length of his stick. So I'm 6'1", maybe 6'2" with my heels on here. This is a long stick. He's 6'4". This is still a very long stick. To be able to take the puck, and when you're standing in front of the net, if you're the goaltender, and this is, for example, he can take the puck all the way out here on the backhand with speed and make a play. So you take the measurement from there, then take the puck all the way to the forehand. Now remember, he's even taller than I am, and he can reach all the way out to here.
Big radius.
That's a long distance that he's able to move that puck in both situations and be able to control it. And again, he's even taller, a little bit longer arms, adds skates. So if you're a goaltender, he's like Mario Lemieux, the way Mario used to just take the puck from one side of the rink to the other side in total control. And when he's on his game, as we've seen this year, he can do it.
As a defender, me being the defenseman, That is so difficult to contain, just what you said, because I might think I'm underneath him. He's got that long reach. You're pulling the puck over there, and I'm keeping having to reach, and I can't quite get any leverage or any body position or even take the man or a piece of stick that he's able to get enough leverage on that backhand as well that he's put it out of my reach.
And
he's a defender where I think I've got him. I might have some other forwards, but a 6'4" guy with reach and great hands and being able to get some mustard on that shot, it makes it real tough to defend around the net. You think you have him, but you don't, because all he needs is this. Two hands close together.
That's it, exactly. When his hands get close, he's still got the power in his wrist that he can control the puck from here. A lot of players...
Hard for a defenseman.
It's difficult with a long stick. I used to use a long stick as a penalty killer. It was like a defenseman. The long stick, you could poke check. In our day, you could reach out and hook the guy, even though he can't do that. But he has the ability, the strength in his wrist, to hold the stick in tight to be able to get a shot off when reaching. And that,
as
a
defenseman, I go back to the bench and go, how did I not defend that? He's not overly quick anymore. I think I'm in position, I'm on him, but then he uses that long reach and just pulls it away from you just enough, that fraction, and able to get enough leverage and velocity on that shot to bury one past you. You're going to the bench going, man, I thought I was with him. I had him. That's what good elusive players do.
That's what Pekka was thinking on the 40th, because he did just that. Took it all the way around, banked it off the inside of the post, it in for his 40. Then Pekka can go post to post, and I'm sure he's thinking, oh, I got this. I know where he's going. It didn't matter. Eric Staal's reach put it in.
And he's impressing you guys. He's also impressing his own teammates. Matt Cullen said, without a doubt, he's been our MVP. Quite a year for Eric Staal.